what's crazy is that all right, so we go to Sardine Can. Shout out to Sardine Can, and he doesn't drink the whole time. So I was like, dude, how do you do it? Like, this is weird. Just seeing you do it. And you drink Sprite all night. How do you drink Sprite all freaking night?
Let's be honest, though. I mix it up. I go from Diet Pepsi to Pepsi.
Oh yeah, he mixes it up
to Sprite to water. If somebody wants us to do a community shot, everybody gets their shot of choice, and the bartenders all pour me a shot of water.
And a lot of times, I used to do that at bars. If I'm already intoxicated, I get a cup of cranberry or a cup of Sprite or something, just to have that cup of my drink, per se, so they won't offer me liquor, or they already come with the presence that I'm already drinking. Sure. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea. I'm gonna do that next time.
You can't handle it. You need AA. Like, tell us, okay. So this point in your life, you say, look, this intoxicant is really driving me insane. You know what I mean? And I'm going through so much with it. I see the effect it's having on my work performance per se. But you don't have a woman in this sense. You don't have no main person in your corner telling you like you had enough, Pat.
At the time I wasn't in any serious relationships with a woman, but I've always been very close with my family, my parents, and I had the type of parents though that they were very supportive in every way, shape, or form in my life, especially if they thought it would be helping me in the future. However, they would also not be afraid to tell me if they thought I was doing something that was not in my best interest or that could potentially hurt me. And I walked into an intervention, and I think anybody who's ever been in an intervention, whether it be for alcohol, whether it be for drugs, there's the whole surprise aspect of it. But what it were two people who told me, you look horrible. You do not look healthy. Are you happy right now? And I was at a very low point in my life. I was very depressed. I had a really difficult time at my job, and not necessarily related to drinking. These were, just you're in a position where the job is just going awful.
Personal shit.
Yeah, and
more.
But I was it was probably one of the lowest points of my life, and two people who love me very much, who have always had my back, who've always been supportive, and don't tell me what I want to hear.
Right.
Always. They tell me what I need to hear. They
straight
said
facts.
They said, I remember my dad, God rest his soul, passed in 2015, but he said to me,
rest in peace, Pop.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
You look like shit. He said that to me. You look like
know what? I'll take one too, man.
Shit.
Well, I'll take one too.
Captain?
I'll take one captain.
Okay.
I'll take one captain for Pat right here.
Thank you.
Me and Tommy Boy drinking this.
Can you push this over?
Absolutely. No
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. I don't believe that. Okay, so those two people said something to you that, salute, rest in peace.
Salute. Ooh,
Did you cry?
I absolutely cried.
Yes.
Because I knew that they were right. I did look like shit. I felt like shit.
Yeah.
And not to be lost in this was I was given the gift of my parents of rehabilitation, to go to an alcohol treatment center, to nip this in the bud, and to take a shot and to try to change my life. And I tell people, and I even share this with you, Shua, if it was the day before, if it was the day after, I don't know that I necessarily would have agreed to do it, but it was the right help at the right time, and it saved my life.
There you go, man. I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
It was, yeah.
Another round of applause.
Yeah, it takes a lot though, man. You know to take action to change your life, though. Yeah. And like you said before, what did you say about some people don't want to. We're all at fault. Like, we need help, but we just don't know how to go about it.
Don't know how to ask for it.
Yeah, that's all. That's what I always say.
Yep,
it shows weakness.
Mm-hmm. And particularly, I can't speak from the female perspective. I can speak from the male perspective. Anytime a male, I ask for help, I feel like they're going to think I'm weak. And that can be something that'll prevent you from asking for help.
Well, I ask this gentleman for help all the time.
I'm always helping him.
No, but yeah. So, but like you say, at this point, you was having personal issues at the job, but you wasn't losing money. You was living in a place, you're paying your rent, you're living alone, you're doing your own thing. How was this really a problem then?
It's kind of like
Sure. I mean, you want to talk about a person who could probably set a record for smoking cigarettes right after you stop drinking. I mean, because you're going from one and moving to another, and for some people that isn't cigarettes. That's going from like alcohol to maybe cocaine or heroin or meth, and with all due respect to those people who do that,
Ain't no respect.
Ain't no respect for there ain't no respect for druggies.
People reach for substances because they want to feel better. And
so, besides your looks, have you had any legal trouble with drinking, or have you had any situations where you knew deep down inside that this got me? Besides those two people that confronted you that say they got my best interests.
I think first and foremost, you notice a real problem with your wallet when you're spending a lot of money and you don't even remember spending that money out at the bars, and you're like, what? I spent, and this didn't happen a lot, but it happened enough to hurt. $200. I spent $200 at the bar last night.
It adds up.
Yeah,
it adds up, man.
Definitely,
it adds up, dude. Like I was telling everybody, I was like, I'm so quick to spend money when I get, you know what I'm saying, like on other stuff that'll benefit me more. Like my wife, all right? Oh, I'm gonna get yelled at for this shit, but my wife, she shops online, just constant money. I'm like, well, it's better than you buying drugs with it, buying alcohol with it. You know what I'm saying? Doing something negative. So I was like, you know what? I buy stuff to invest in my photography, my stuff, my music stuff, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't hurt my pocket. I actually feel happy about it than going to a freaking bar and spending $300 and buying everybody's shot. And that shit adds up, bro. Like, I've done it before, so.
Yes, you have.
It does. Didn't George Carlin say it best?
That's why I'm giving you shots this morning. Salute, my friend.
Salute, man.
George Carlin said it best, though. When you drink alcohol, you're not really buying it. When you have to buy a shot, you're renting it because, you have to go to the men's room and get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can tell you a story quick about the men's room. I used to get so drunk, I would do a bowel movement and vomit at the same time. I would be taking a dump in the toilet and throwing up in the dumpster or the sink at the same time. I mean, like, fully depleted of all my energy, water, everything.
All at the same time?
I'm talking about like, blah, blah.
You felt like you threw up your soul, right?
Yes.
They say that's a talent.
Well, I mean, number one, let's give credit where credit is due. That is multitasking at its finest.
I didn't have no other choice. It was coming out of me. It was coming out of my body.
You'll see it in the whites of the eyes. Like, you'll have just a little bit of a yellow. Like, where you have to, like, almost take a little closer look and go, because some people just have really, really white portions of their eyes. But if it gets a little bit of a yellow, that's your body telling you something's wrong.
Holy shit! I'm gonna have to go look in the.
Or like native Indian people, right? They get that nose, or they get a real red nose from drinking. You notice that a lot?
The Irish did too.
Yeah.
Boy, I looked like my nose was sunburned.
Well, I'm part Irish. You see, I got a leprechaun on my arm, so I'm part Irish. I belong to the O'Reilly family, and I was in Chicago, and it's a lot of
Tommy O'Reilly.
Tommy.
There's a bar named after you in Chicago somewhere.
Yes, it is. Salute to that bar. Look, today is the
Tommy
day.
O'Reilly, Chicago, if you do exist. It probably does.
I want my residuals. You, my daddy. You was drinking, and you don't even remember you had some.
Potential sponsor.
Yeah.
There you go. There we
But
go.
one more thing, man. Give us something to take with us, man. Give us something, a piece of you, and let the world know why you think drinking is really shouldn't be legal, or it's irresponsible, or what is your take on it overall?
I think it would be really reckless of me to say that I don't think alcohol should be legal. I think it absolutely should be legal. I'm just one of the people in this world, though, where it's oil and water, where I could not handle my alcohol. I know that there are some people out there who can handle their alcohol. I was not one of them. I gave it a hell of a run, though. I tried, and
we all have those, That's all I always say, man. If you can't handle your liquor, stay home.
Exactly, but I'll tell you what, though, I think for people who can control their drinking, absolutely, I don't see a problem with it. It's the people who can't, like me, that you live a shorter life than anticipated if you continue to put toxic materials into your system, and it had a negative reaction on me. you know, my dad who had an issue with alcohol and stopped at a very young age, he said, you know, for people who are alcoholics, alcohol is a poison to you. It will kill you.
Yeah.
And I'm just simply one of those people. I was genetically predisposed to alcoholism on both sides of my family. I was doomed before I even started, but and I challenged that with everything I had by saying I can handle it, until I couldn't handle it.
Right.
But I think if you can handle it responsibly, I don't have a problem with it. But I simply wasn't one of those people. I tried though. I gave it my best shot.
Well, don't drink and drive, okay?
Don't drink and drive.
We're here telling you, do not drink and drive.
Yes.
You have Uber, you have Lyft, you have cabs, you have friends.
Yep.
You know, and if the worst thing you have to worry about from the night before is going to pick up your car the next day when you don't have that alcohol in your system, it'll save your life.
There you go.
Shout out 43 North. Tommy Boy, Pat Sobriety, thanks for coming, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for talking.
Y'all be easy,
Surely
y'all.
the great Mr. R&B.
We are here. We are here. So,
Peace.
all right.